Yo, what's up, guys? I'll be with today, man. I'll be talking about Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2. I'm not gonna lie, man. I watched this a couple hours ago. It is about to be 3:45 a.m. here on the East Coast. I'm gonna get this video up probably in the afternoon or morning whenever I wake up. But holy shit, let's go ahead and talk about it. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. At a point, I was like, please? 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 My prayers were answered. Stranger Things initially came out in 2016. I was 13 years old. I'm now 23 years old. And a year and a half removed from graduating college. Yep. This is one of the GOAT shows, in my humble opinion. I know this is a heavily scrutinized and criticized season, but still one of the GOAT shows I don't care what anybody says. Also, Millie Bobby Brown and Sadie Sink Supremacy. Might be in a minority, but all I really cared for being alive was really 11, Max, and Lucas in particular. That was my top three. Not that I hated anybody else, but that was my top three. Nobody I love got killed. Now, there was a slight 11. I'm not gonna lie, I was sick. 11 is literally my GOAT. Like 1A, 1B, but like Sadie Sink, like with Max, my favorite characters. And it's like, I know she was sacrificing herself for the greater good and things of that nature as well. And Kylie, her sister, had told her that as well, because they were always have been going after her and make people that are like her or with her blood, but obviously are horrible people like Vecna, aka 001, aka Mr. What's-It, aka PDF Freak. But yeah, at the end of the day, 11 is alive, Max is alive, Lucas is alive, and most importantly, Vecna, aka Mr. What's-It, goes down. Shout out to the GOAT, Joyce Byers. And shout out to Joyce as well. She also gets married in the last couple of scenes to my dog Hopper. Salute from Russia to this to that. Hey, shout out to Hopper for sure. But yeah, I mean, maybe people want to see more of what really happened to 11 at the end. I don't know. I mean, maybe we can just think what happens. I don't know. Maybe the Duffer Brothers can maybe talk about it. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I'll be honest. I really don't know how to feel. Like, the ending, like, prematurely saved my life while simultaneously fucking with my brain. Like, it was a beautiful moment at the end, with everybody coming together, some of them graduating, the younger kids and then the older ones going on to live their lives and do this and that and go to college, Nathan dropping out to work at Heroes, and them still saying, oh, we'll stay together, we'll stay in a pact, we'll go every so often, like monthly, whatever, go to Philly and just chat up and catch up and things like that. But it was just so bittersweet, man. It was so bittersweet. Because I wanted 11 to be there as well. And 11's probably living her best life in Iceland, but I really just wanted her to be there. Like, dude, like, I remember when she first joined, like, she literally couldn't even speak English. She literally went from a created character to a loving person. And I knew it. I mean, when she was in the Upside Down ward, and I was like, 11, come, 11, please, 11. And then she leaves, and I was like, I could not, like, I was like, oh my God, I felt dead inside. I was like, what the fuck? And I really just wanted to spawn out of there and be like, oh, I was just playing with y'all. I know Mike, she had kissed him before and all, but damn, that's tough. That is tough. You see me looking at my screen, I'm just looking at it. I have a notes. I can't remember everything. Again, it's like 4 a.m. here. Yeah. Max being back after running up that hill, going to the mine layer with Holly and finding him and taking her under her wing and going to the cave and doing this and doing that. Meanwhile, her in the real life world, is in a quote unquote coma at the hospital, which she ends up breaking out of as well. But yeah, shout out to Max. Max is a legend. Now, she did have a long yapping session going back and forth with the Holly. Plus, she could have gotten caught, but that happened the first time around. But I know there's a lesser chance of happening, but still, come on, GOAT, come on. But yeah, making it out to real world, waking up from the coma. Lucas picking her up. And then them going out to the basement, and then Karen, Mike, and Nancy's mom put in the whatever it was to basically blow up the laundry, so they can just leave the bomb. Boom, and then they open it up. Shit's fried. Thankfully, they all make it out. They're all in the basement. Lucas, Max, everybody, and then they get together and things like that. But yeah, that was a really good adventure, to be honest. We saw at the end of Volume 1, and then really saw overall Holly and Max's trails. Against Vecna and just making it back to the real world is what I was really cool to see. Shout out to Will, came out as gay. Now there's a moment at the end. I know Baller FC was like, oh, is this our moment? Not Max, but something along the lines of Mike and Will, and is like, oh, friends? And then Mike's like, no thanks. best friends. I know y'all were sick. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. That was tough. Like, I'm very happy for Holly and all, rooting for her. The group is good. RP to Kali. Hate this year ago. 11 quote unquote sacrificed herself apparently, but it was an illusion, so let's fucking go. Joyce and Hopper are also married, moving to NYC. He's becoming a like chief police officer. Shout out to my dog Harper. Shout out to my dog Hopper. Hopper. Sorry. I just I'm a big baseball fan. Bryce Harper, also from the New England region, so Hopper, The group also made a pact to stay together and go to Philly. Friends, no thanks. Best friends. That shit fried me. Joyce is the go for killing Vecna. Let's go. What a legend. Beautiful moment at the end with the group. They played Dungeons and Dragons. Also, right before that, they graduated from high school. Shout out to them. The other ones, again, moved on to their lives and made a pact to stay together every now and then. I'm like, where's 11? What was that? And then they read the book off. And I'm like, I never played Dungeons and Dragons in my life. I don't know what the hell was going on. And yeah, apparently 11 is cool after all. She's living in Iceland, living her best life. Just doesn't want to put anybody in harm. Just live in a big one, just live in a big one. But yeah, that was an illusion from Kali, apparently. 11's spot out of nowhere. Glad to know that 11 knows peace now as well. That was really cool to see. Apparently, 11 planned to sacrifice herself alongside Kali to prevent the government from ever again experimenting on children with powers by destroying the Upside Down and the source of their abilities, aka Vecna and Creel from within, ensuring no more kids could be created or exploited like they were at the end. My boy Lucas and Max, my two demons, let them cook. Holly had her and her friends at the end playing too. That was pretty nostalgic. Seeing Mike, the flashbacks, looking back like, man, that was us. Like, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Fortunately, Kali being shot dead, that was brutal. Murray tried to help with the C4, but the same exact second, Buddy, who they really got him one-shotted. He shot her, and she was gushing blood. 11 sacrificed herself, but thankfully it was an illusion, apparently. Dever Brothers, is that facts? Let us know. Steve is now a baseball coach. Derek is the catcher. And then just seeing Hopper and Jane without... Now, I don't know why I keep calling her Jane. Hopper and Joyce without 11. That was tough. That was tough, man. 11 and Mike kissed right before, she quote-unquote sacrificed herself. And then he had a nice moment between Max, Lucas, and Henderson at the graduating. Did anybody else wish that, even if it wasn't just an illusion, or even if it was an illusion, anybody wish that 11 was just there, just popped out of nowhere, like right after, the Upside Down went away, and I just wish that somehow, some way, like she was like behind something, and she just walked out. But unfortunately, that's not the way it is. Shout out to Nancy. Nancy's the greatest ever, She has no chill. Like, she's just back of the truck. But that Vecna freak, like, dude, Nancy's a legend. Nancy's an absolute legend. Yeah. Shout out to Will again, like I mentioned. Confirmed gay. The last scene was so prolonged that a lot of people were scrutinizing that scene, but holy shit. I thought it was like a life-changing moment. It was like, it was just that. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't everyone know that after that scene in the car with him looking like he was crying and having his hand over his face? I mean, I thought that was just me or people on Twitter. I guess not everybody. Anyways. Life or death situation, by the way, incoming, and he breaks that and says that, like, that's cool and all. Like, 10 minutes to spare, and he just says all that. Failures, brother. And then everybody's saying, you'll never lose me, or me, or me. And so I got TikTok say, or me, and he hugged the TV. You got it, biggest of bros. He's like, I don't like girls. Bro said, I don't like girls. I do. Not like y'all, though. Hey, man, there y'all go, though. Yeah, that was by far the most scrutinized season of Stranger Things. I feel like that was definitely overhated. The scenes could have been better, but wholly, like, warranted because of how long maybe it took in between the seasons. But in a moment, I barely even recognized anything people were saying, to be honest. I was not an expert. I really watched it for the love of the game, and I feel like I was entertained. Very predictable, though. Like, obviously, the scene where Hopper proposes to Joyce, I was very, very, just so obvious. And also, there's so much other things as well. Like, it was just so very obvious. That one episode of season, episode 6, where, like, 7 people almost died. Like, just so much went on. Like, it was absurd, but yeah, I feel like that was definitely overhated for sure. I definitely enjoyed what I saw. 11 supremacy, Max supremacy, Lucas supremacy, Joyce supremacy, Nancy supremacy. So many people made it out. Hope 11 is good. But yeah, overall, that was pretty much it. It was very, very ethical. Very, very ethical. Shout out to Duffer Brothers, comment out all down below. But yeah. Overall, though, very predictable. Like I mentioned, 7 people almost died in episode 6. Not killing huge characters out of Eddie and Max's brother, I guess. Oh, Michael, I feel so awful for him. Like they beat Henry and all, but fuck, he lost 11. She went and stayed in the upside down world, playing with Kali went through even after she died. Apparently, but again, probably was an illusion to be honest. They were always gonna look after her. I generally feel dead inside though. Like Henry is dead. Most of the group is good, but damn, 11 was my goat. But again, hopefully that was just an optical illusion. 11 is fighting Vecna through the hive mind. Nancy shot at it to bait him. Now, Nancy, after that, you gotta run. You know, you almost got beat. And you got lucky that David 11 was there to fight you. Or fight for you. And yeah. Jonathan with the flamethrower to face her. Let's go. Oh no, to save her. I've read that out incorrectly. And shout out to Demon Robin as well. When Joy said, "You fucked with the wrong family," that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. Demon Joyce owning that freak Henry, owning her former classmate, by the way. They were in the where did they play together? I want to say at the top of my head. Henry is dead. Let's go. The kids are safe as well. Everyone ganging up on Henry. Let's go. My prayers have been answered. It was never going to be that easy. Oh my god, dude! I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. They had everything going for themselves. They made it out. They're in the truck. The kids. Everybody's alive. Obviously outside of Kali, and then the FBI open up. Everybody just comes out of nowhere on the trucks. Just everything goes to shit. It's never gonna be that easy. I knew it. Like 11, I kept saying like, please don't sacrifice yourself. Like having a moment with Mike, but no kiss gimmick, but please don't go. Upside Down is all destroyed. 11 sacrificed herself. Like oh brother, Rockin' Robin on the mic. Hop and Jane go on a date. I'm like, where's Will? Um, Hopper got a new job in New York, chief of police. I think. Shocker, predictable ass proposal. Will at the end with the group playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think. They had Max, Lucas, Henderson, Mike, and Will. Mike walked to the stage at the end. No, he was going through it, man. He was going through it. Dustin somehow won valedictorian. Shout out to bro. Sadie Sink, aka Max, graduated after being basically dead and out for 2 years. So what a legend. I'm a better person because of them. So much of his life was robbed from him. Fried his principal. That was Henderson. What a goat. Screw conformity, and then he had a Hellfire Lives, and he flipped off his own principal. Own that freak. Dustin, you are a dog. And then he got invited by Stacy, who maybe you got a crush on. I'm not gonna lie, it's been so long I literally forgot. But invited to a party. Fairs, Dustin. Fairs, brother, man. Robin and Steve got something going on. I don't care. Like first, the one thing about a couple of about the size. Oh, it doesn't fit. This, that, and third. And this other thing they said that she said today as well. Like Robin, I know you play for both sides, Shorty. I know you play for both sides, my baby. Um, yeah, the group said that they didn't miss any of it. That was the older group. They only missed like the camaraderie and just talking about it. They didn't miss obviously going through it because that's like literally life or death, and they lost people as well. Like that's not a situation you want to be in. Like you all obviously want to say the world and is like that, but you don't like that's like life or death. You don't always want to do that, you know. I feel like they, like ruin their childhood. Like they miss so many points in their lives because of this. Like they literally fighting for their lives, quite literally. Like yeah, and why would they? You know, why would they not want to do anything like that again? Like why would they? You know what I'm saying? Like what? So much happened. Oh, Mask came back to life at a tumultuous adventure with Mike's sister Holly. Finding her way back from the upside down world, escaping Kawazat's. She was basically in a coma in the real world. I get it, but holy yap of doom from Max right before she left. Yeah, it was so much going on. No flashbacks, I guess. I don't know. And the memory layer, Mr. What's It has a weird case. Why is he around? It was really cool to see them together. Um, then the departure at the end with Max and helping Holly find her place, which was Holly's heroic. Aw, that was very, very beautiful. I get why Derek did what he did, but I wanted him to back up Holly so badly. I thought they were in this together. Pain. Kicked down a set of stairs and bleeding is crazy. Demon Max, though. Karen is a legend, again, like I mentioned earlier, for taking on the Demogorgons while being on a machine in jail. Or being on a machine in the hospital. Limping out, making it out in the laundry bomb to get them in the basement as well. Max is officially free. Lucas just barely gets past the elevator, closing the door. I just really want to see that freak. I really wanted to see that freak Vecna go down, and thankfully he did. Again, if your favorite character is Vecna, aka Creole, aka 001, like Game Master, what's it? You need to be found. Like you need help. Like something about you we do not know about. This freak with the Demogorgon spawnages. But with his powers through Vecna says, Max, if you can hear me, you need to run. Communicating through Vecna, she's in a memory layer with Holly as they're escaping Kamazats. And I'm the only person that didn't mind that Holly was a big part of this season. Like, I barely remembered her at all in the previous seasons, but it was cool seeing her progression. And I generally feel like I wanted the best for her and for her to get through, um, you know, the upside down and get it through the other 10 kids, not including Derek, that Vecna was brainwashing him. And thankfully, with the help of 11, they got that figured out in the finale. Because Holly obviously saw the real Vecna, and she was personally attacked by Vecna and the Demogorgon. So she obviously, shoehorned with them. Transforming to Vecna when he found her, being captured. And then something about Kate we don't know about. Like, I feel like Loki like had a soft spot for her left. Like she had her in the room alone, and she had her shot. Obviously, she wants her alive, so maybe let's like something like just make her like pass out or some shit, like capture her or some shit, kidnap her or some shit. Like she could have done more, in my humble opinion. Um, yeah, could have bound her there, they were alone, and potentially did something to her. She's in the back of the truck, but didn't take her. We know she wants her alive, but still, Kali keep telling Eleven to sacrifice her powers and staying upside down and basically commit suicide. Yeah, there's just so much going on. It's cool to see Max hug Lucas as well and fight through the pain. I know people are gonna be like, why did she hug Will when everyone did? Sadly, that isn't her boyfriend Lucas, so yes, she can fight through that pain for Lucas, but not Will. It is what it is. Finally know what the upside down is, and it's a bridge and not anything that we thought it was. And that Vecna, aka Henry, turns your mind against you. Will opens up to his mom as well. Will announces that he's gay, and yeah, Jonathan and Nancy have their moment where they have a near death experience where he not proposes, she not marries him. The ring saves them from the goo as they were trapped in the building and about to get cooked. But the only person that entire scene that didn't know that it was a breakup slash, anything of that sort scene. I know the dating IRL, which is very, very hysterical. People are like, oh, it's traumatic. You have a breakup scene with somebody that you're actually dating and this, that, and the third. Like, anyways, freaks. Is acting and they're getting paid good money for this and they're getting good exposure. So I'm pretty sure they're chilling, my brother in Christ. They can just sit back and laugh about this at the end of the day. Yeah. That was a lot. They generally thought they were dead. They had the goo falling on them because Nancy, I don't know if they didn't hear, but Jonathan with Henderson, they just shot. And the goo kept falling out and literally about to be turned into carcasses. And thankfully for them, they ended up making it out. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed. There's a lot that I have written down. Even Henderson and Steve thought they were cooked too as they kept going up the building, essentially found a dead end, then got at it. Fought and had choice words about Eddie. At the end, they made up and just showed just how much they needed and loved each other. Henderson said, "You die, I die." It was bad, especially after Nancy shot the exotic matter in the sky in the upside down world, but they got saved by Henderson initially. It was bad, especially after Nancy. Yeah. And Jonathan were unconscious for a bit. Walkie-talkie gave out. I still think Jonathan heard what Henderson said, but I don't know at the end of the day. Free Holly. It was brutal seeing her flying down and then being controlled by, I'm assuming that was Henry, which is brutal. Absolutely free her. Captured and put back in that layer or whatever. That was brutal. Also, we got shooters with Hopper and Nancy at the end at the back of the truck after they opened up the gate with hacks. Got it in the run. Murray is so underrated for always being there for them, getting them what they need, and the whole Snookums things with the teacher, Mr. Clark, was fucking hysterical. He's Dustin's science teacher, building the balloons and helping out the experiments that they needed. Obviously, without Dustin there, as he was with Steve, the Upside Down world, them telling him about the Upside Down world, and him actually going down there in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, like, hello? And I don't know what happened, but like his class, or I don't know what was going on with that, but this man was hitting on the librarian as well. He's literally had her in her bed. he literally had her in his bed, like, hey man, let him cook, let him cook, make sure I don't miss anything as well. But yeah, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. That was a good season of what's it called? That was a good season of Stranger Things. I know it's gonna get a lot of hate, but at the end of the day, 11 made it out, Max made it out, Lucas made it out, Henry's in hell, Joyce and Hopper got married. The cliques are gonna stay together, even though they know they're moving on to bigger and better things. They don't have to worry about their life. And 11, she's not with them, but she's found her inner peace and knows that they can't get her where she is, and that she's not gonna put anybody in harm's way, which was her big thing. So yeah, overall, I give season 5 of Stranger Things probably a cool like 8.5. I've been seeing this website recently called like Series Grabs, and they just have like insane things. And on this one episode, what was it, season episode 7, and I was like, oh, episode 6 clears it, but it had like a 5 point something. I'm like, okay. Some of that, I know people are saying Saudi Arabia, like homophobia. I'm like, I don't fully disagree with that. Like, it wasn't a perfect episode, but something about them I don't know about now. Down here at the YBJ TV household, we support LGBTQIA+. We support women's rights, and we support equal rights. Welcome, and thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Yeah, not for brothers, fairs, brother. Probably a couple of other things I gotta tap into as well, but yeah, it felt, dude, it was so much. I literally have so many notes written down that I haven't even got to. I just cut it down to a couple of things that I wanted to talk about for the most part, which is obviously what I just transpired in this whole video so far. But yeah, literally like my third time recording this just to make sure my camera gave out one time and wanted to get as much information out there as possible. But yeah, so trying to get better with these reviews, and just eventually down the line I forget something and I'm like, oh yeah, that one time I had a whole note of the show that I watched, or I had this full on video that I can just sit back and put on. Like, usually I'm a 2 times speed merchant, put on 2 times speed, and remember what happened. But at the end of the day, my agenda is one. Henry's in a pack, and the groups are looking pretty solid. Again, I repeated Kali and all, but she wasn't the main character. No, I wasn't really attached to her. Now I feel bad for 11. It's brutal for 11. I feel bad for Mike for losing 11 to at least his area or his environment, because she's now in a whole new place. And Jane and Hopper are married, so, or not Jane. I keep calling her Jane. Joyce and Hopper are married. Yeah, it's about to be 4 a.m. here actually it is 4:06 a.m. here on the East Coast. I'm gonna get this up initially, probably on a TikTok, and then I'll get the video up later. But yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be up. Happy New Year's, first video of the year. Hope you have a great rest of y'all day. Appreciate watching the video, and yeah. But other than that, y'all, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's my boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Also follow me on Playback as well. Hellfire FC, we're here. Sadie Sink FC, we're here. Millie Bobby Brown FC, we're here. Caleb McLaughlin FC, we are here. And I'm out, man. Shout out to Stranger Things, baby. Peace.